I grew up on Yorta Yorta country in a little town called Benalla. I went to the high school there. I actually started first working as a secretary, a legal secretary in the town, so I left high school earlier and I was stuck at this typewriter working for this horrible old man, and I just thought, no, look, there's got to be another way. And I thought back at school about what my careers teacher said to me, and he said, oh look, you should just do whatever you enjoy doing, something that you like doing. And I thought about that, and I really used to like drama and theatre and the arts. And in particular, I remember seeing this little documentary called Lousy Little Sixpence, and that's where I learnt about, our history and culture through this little film. It wasn't through, the formal history class or whatever, and I thought, oh, there's something in that. I learned a lot about my mob watching this documentary. So I thought about theatre and storytelling as a way to kind of explore my culture and put it up on stage and on TV. And so I went to Melbourne, moved all the way. I packed up my grandmother's car and I came and stayed at the Gladys Nichols Hostel in Northcote and went to TAFE and did a Year 12 course, an alternative Year 12 course, because I missed out doing the VCE, and picked that up, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed learning more about my history and culture, and decided to keep pursuing it and went to La Trobe University, did a Bachelor of Arts, and just kept thinking back to my careers teacher who said just keep doing whatever you enjoy. And so I did Aboriginal studies and drama and history, and just didn't look back from there really. Yeah, well, one of my jobs as a community arts worker and a theatre maker is to find a way to direct, our anger or shame or frustration into a really creative way in the arts, either through, making a painting or, in my case, writing a play. So when the Yorta Yorta people were going through the land claim, I began writing a play called Yanagai Yanagai, which was the first words that us mob said to the first white fella who came down in a boat, which means go away. But anyway, I tried to look at a humorous way to show to the world what our experiences were in the court, and there were many and varied experiences. Different people got up and were treated in different ways, in the court process. It was a very gruelling and harrowing process for the Yorta Yorta people, and there were 42,000 pages worth of transcripts that came from those court proceedings. And part of my job as a theatre maker and a culture maker was to take those transcripts and to recreate our experience, to put them back on stage, to use our language again and all of our songs that we know of, to show that we do have a connection to country, and whether that Judge Olney was able to recognise that or not doesn't actually really matter. We are very proud Yorta Yorta people. We have a continuing tradition, and I used my play and worked with other Yorta Yorta artists to present to the world our strength and our continuing connection to country, and that's the way that I used arts and theatre to show that. It's really important that we're heard, but that also our experience and culture and histories are documented well. One of the things that we found in the Yorta Yorta native title claim process was that the judge actually put a lot of importance on the written history of Yorta Yorta people, whereas we were relying on our oral traditions. So there was the first settler, Edward Kerr, had written his recollections of his experience and also wrote about our culture from his white perspective. And what we found was that the written word was given a lot of importance. So I think out of that process we've learnt that, to get a hold of this white fella tool, to write and write well and write our experience, not necessarily in the proper English grammar way. We can still use, our language and our words, and we do it really well, but it is important to be able to express yourself, express your culture, to be a spokesperson and to do it really, really well, not only verbally and speaking to country and speaking about your people, but writing about it well, documenting it in your art. You can paint a painting and write a play, and it'll be read, hopefully in hundreds and hundreds of years down the track, and it'll give, Yorta Yorta descendants in the future an opportunity to know what we did and what made us tick, but also how they continue on our tradition with this really, really important knowledge. So, Oral history is important, but so is the written word, and so is the expression of culture and art. So we leave something really, really tangible for the next generation to pick up with and, run with. No matter what, there's a lot of shame and a lot of struggle, in the community, and I think that no matter what, everybody's good at something, and everyone has a good role model. So, if you've got an auntie or an uncle or, a cousin or even a friend that you look up to, it's really important to just keep, using those people as good role models, knowing what you're good at. Don't be shame, be game, as they say. All I can say really is be strong and proud of your culture. You've been born into a great country. You've probably got, great elders and uncles and aunties and cousins all around you. Don't believe that you're lesser than anybody else. Don't be ashamed. Don't pick up drugs and alcohol. It really does kill culture and tradition. Be really strong. You've got a strong tradition, and find it, know what it is. It's there. Have a look at it. Talk to people all the time, and just do things that you enjoy. Picking up a job or going to school or whatever, it doesn't mean you have to put down your culture to do that. You can do it, hand in hand with your cultural tradition as well. But yeah, just have a go. Don't be daunted by what might seem a big scary white world out there, because it's not. There's lots of really great opportunities for people to pick up and run with whatever they want to do, whatever makes them feel good about themselves.